Hey everyone, this is Grace. Hope you've been well. This is a new layout, as you can see. I finally gathered enough oomph to organize a portion of my crafting slash study room. And I gotta admit, I really like the way it turned out, at least this section. So, yeah, hold on. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, happy Friday. And I was hoping to film on a different time when I wasn't quite so coffee or my energy level wasn't quite as, sporadic. But I need to send some of these off, so like today. So I wanted to share these with you sooner rather than later. So as you know, this video will upload though on Friday. So happy Friday, everyone. All right, so the first card that I created was this. I created two. The first one I created has already gone to the recipient. This one I am keeping for another person. So yeah, you guys have seen this stamp before, and then I used the balloon punch from Martha Stewart. There was this little rickrack from the Halloween kind of set. And instead of just using baker's twine, I thought, you know what, let's just use that. And then I have this cute little Pomeranian stamp. So this is supposed to be Bentley. And then on the inside, it says here, you're not getting older, you're getting more awesome. So created this. So there's that. And then every year, if I can manage it, on May 5th, in the Korean calendar, it is what's called Children's Day. And so, even though my niece and nephew are in the United States, no, excuse me, I try to create and send off some packages or some goodies for them to celebrate Children's Day. So I wanted them culturally to know at least that portion of the Korean heritage. So what I did was, this is a paper pad that Tina's Crafty Life had gifted me, 2-3 years ago? And so I picked up the circular one, and my niece and nephew, as with many kids, they don't really care about the envelopes, so I just thought I would send them the cards like this. That way it's easier for them to access. And the circle scallop is a Fiskars punch. So use that. And then these two little guys are very high resolution scanned colored images that Jeannie, who is Happily Ella here on YouTube, had sent me during a, I think, birthday challenge. So thought I would use that, popped it up on foam, and then on the back I stamped, Handmade with Love by Grace Kong. And then on the inside I will write, dear, my niece, and then, my nephew, happy Children's Day. And then I'll write my name, Dad and Mom's name, and then Bentley, and then off it goes in today's mail. So that was that. Now, you guys know that last week I ended up creating, no, excuse me, I ended up creating some die cuts, and I liked the idea of that. So what I did was I had a bunch of these stamps. So I can do everything through Him who gives me strength, Philippians 4:13. And what I did was I stamped out this in wild wasabi, and then I just put a double-sided tape on the back. And my goal is to send these to my youth kids so that they can stick them on their notebook, or wherever, so that they could be reminded. And then this one says, give your burdens to the Lord, He will carry them. So I created 3 and I punched. So this one was with the EK Tools scallop square. I think it was like 1.25 inches or something. This is the timeless label from Stampin' Up, and then this is the Starburst punch from Stampin' Up. Faith does not make things easy, it makes them possible. So I stamped this with Gorgeous Grape, but this one was with Pacific Point. So this will be, and each of these have, sticky, double-sided adhesives. So those will go in each of the cards that I will send my youth kids. Now, there was a Stamp of Life kit that, hold on, that I had purchased as a D-stash a while back. I think this was last year. And I ended up using Thinking of You. And then there was also this die. And I really like the fact that it's a really cute banner. And one of the things that had prevented me from creating all these die cuts early in advance is that the way that I make cards, I would first think of the main thing first. So then I would think, okay, well, what color do I want this to be, and so on, right? What I realized recently, though, is that if I just create some die cuts in a few colors, and then if I look at those die cuts before I actually start creating, then what I do is I center what I'm going to create based on the color scheme of the die cuts or the embellishments that I have in mind. Does that make sense? So I realized that, hold on. I realized that makes it easier for me then, so that I can churn these out. So for instance, my mother is in need of some birthday cards, and you guys know she likes flowers. And I thought, you know what, there is this beautiful tulip thing from Stampin' Up, and how pretty would it be to create the tulip and then pop this up at the bottom, right? And then just give that to her. So I ended up, during one of my crafting sessions, just stamping out and die cutting. So this is Wild Wasabi. I think this is, what is it, Cajun Orange or something like that. And then this is Crushed Curry. This one is Pacific Point. I think that is Bermuda Bay, Gorgeous Grape. And then this is Melon Mambo. So I thought that I had done enough. Certainly this will last me for quite some time, and I'm looking forward to using these. So that was all that I crafted this week. Right now it's Wednesday, so I think, what was it? I did that actually last week after I filmed the Friday video. I did these this morning. I did these on, I think, Monday. And then I worked on these Tuesday. So, yeah, I think hopefully you guys enjoy these craft shares. And can I just say how awesome it is to finally be able to craft at one section of my desk again. So I have an L-shaped desk. This is the smaller L part. This is supposed to be my crafting area. I have another, craft desk that's, in a different part of the house, but, and this hutch, oh, if you guys don't want to hear this, you guys can click out. I'm just going to chit chat and give you some updates and things like that. So, that little hutch, you guys know hutches can be expensive, running anywhere from like, what, $70 at Office Depot for just kind of a simple one, right? So I had been looking for a hutch to put on top of my desk. And I just, it's one of those things I was like, well, it's not absolutely essential, so just don't buy it. And then someone was just giving it away. It was out on the street, on the sidewalk, and I purposely, I walked by it during one of my classes, and I just let it sit there in the morning. And then by 5 o'clock, no one picked it up. And I was like, it's gonna rain. I don't want it to get all soggy. And I'm like, okay, if no one wants it, then this is perfect because it fits what I want, you know? So I brought it home, and as you can see just the lower part of it, but I was able to fit all of my house mouse wooden stamps on it. So it's a delight to the eyes, certainly. While I was decorating that, I noticed that there were, I think, 2 unintentional duplicates of the wooden stamps. So that was an interesting surprise to discover. And then what else? Oh, excuse me. I was able to line my itty bitties. And then right below, you guys can't see it, but that's the Christmas tin, and then that's the little kids tin, and then right there is the Darling Punch Kit. That arrived actually yesterday from Stampin' Up. Oh, speaking of Stampin' Up, just wanted to remind you guys, I am holding a Stampin' Up party with Deb Hauk. And I will leave the video down in the description bar so that if you guys are interested, because they have right now some clearance items as well as last chance products. But if you are interested in, you know, making a purchase, there are some discounted items and you want to support the party, I have some giveaways, and Deb sends a nice little thank you to every customer. But yeah, if you are interested, I will leave the video down below, and then you guys can take a look at that. Oh, excuse me. Otherwise, I think that's it. You'll notice I'm coughing a lot more. So, health-wise, I'm not feeling as well, and I know that recently I've been filming when my energy level is high and my voice is chipper and all of those things, and yeah, but that's not always the case. So again, even though the videos have been very upbeat, my energy level throughout the week is just all over the place. So yeah, just I'm taking every day for what it is. I'll craft for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. If I get tired, I'll just go and, you know, rest a little bit on my bed and then get back up and then go and do other stuff. So my hope is that this upcoming week, now that my craft section of my L desk is cleaned up, that I could bring some order to the longer L portion of the desk, which I use mainly for work. So, yeah. Anyway, once I bring some order to the rest of the room, I know that Rosa had expressed an interest in seeing how I organize things and things like that. So I can certainly share with you just some ways that I'm doing it. And, you know, my thing is that I don't want to spend a lot of money on like IKEA stuff so that, you know, all of my furniture is color coordinated or anything like that, you know, as evidenced by this hutch that I was able to pick up. So yeah, but I think it looks great. Feast for the eye, certainly, and hopefully you guys like this new format, because I think this is how I will be filming the majority of my videos from here on out. So this is what's on my shorter L desk so that I can stamp, and if I get ink on it, then I can just wipe it down, no problems. This is the glass, you know, we are memory keepers. Yeah, and then I think that's it. So, okay, I'm gonna stop chatting because this is long enough. As we move into May, I hope you all have a wonderful May. Yeah, stay safe. Okay, talk to you later, hopefully next Friday. So take care, and don't forget, if you are interested in Stampin' Up, check out the link below. All right, take care, everyone. Bye. God bless.